Hello, everybody. Hello, Ava. Hi. How you doing? How's my pretty girl? How's my chatty Cathy? Oof. I restocked. I got the Temptations, and these containers are super flimsy. And you know how Bandit is. She's hiding. But yeah. I'm just pouring them into the sturdier containers because I can't trust her. She'll knock it over. She'll make a big mess. It's what she does. As much as I love her, it's what she does. Hello, Buzzy Pug. Oh my goodness. When you actually can see me. My hair is all kinds of frizzy today. Hello, Manuel. Hello, Jerry Matthew Boyd. Hello, Nana Laura. Hello, Eileen Carlin, honey. Hi, baby. Honey, your claws are sharp. Nom, 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 nom. Are you nom, nom, nomming? So last week we had a soft sit, and he was in, I think you all call her Judge Mom. I think her real name is Judge Hammond. But yeah, so the guy that said it's the fruit of the poisonous tree, the first one that said that last week. Anyways, he's back. And I got him. And I figured we would basically rewatch the August 18th or 14th, August 14th video. And then we'll go right into today's, because the prosecutor didn't listen. Didn't listen at all. And Judge Mom wasn't exactly happy. Hello, Sherry B, honey. Yeah. Oops might be right. Yeah, gotta love a good sob sit, huh? Well, or a bad sob sit. Either way, this time it's not on the sob sit for the ruckus. Ooh. You know what this means? This means I get to put up my crying fez. After this, I have to run to the post office and mail a couple things out. So, since I have to do that anyways, I mean, maybe we'll do a giveaway. Maybe I'll do a what does Rocky Lennon always call those? super chat gold, something like that. I don't know. I gotta go. I gotta set it up on I gotta set it up on my. No, I can't do it on my phone. I gotta do it on a web page. I'll figure it out. I'll set it up. And then I'll draw from the super chats. We'll get ourselves a winner. We'll get ourselves a crying Fez shirt winner.
Right, looks like we're set to go. Okay, I'm going to call Mr. Sixby's case first because I know that he is here and he is ready to go.
Thank you.
You are welcome. All right, and so this is case number 25T01947FY, people of the state of Michigan versus Robert Wayne Sigsby. And counsel, you can place your appearance on the record.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Mitchell Young for the people.
And Mr. Sigsby, you can state your name, please.
Robert Wayne Sigsby.
All right,
Yeah.
and
Executor, beneficiary, kind of formal.
all right, and we are here today on a probable cause conference. We had a hearing on July 31st. At that point, Mr. Sigsby had stated that he was wanted to represent himself. We had a long conversation about that at that time. And I did determine that Mr. Sigsby would be permitted to represent himself and that Attorney Hilliker would no longer be appointed on the case to represent Mr. Sigsby. And so then at that time, Mr. Sigsby, you stated that there was some more discovery that you were looking for, body cams and some other things. And so we adjourned to today's date and then we find ourselves here today. So on that note, Mr. Sigsby, do you have all the discovery that you were looking for?
I do not. I wanted to confer with the prosecutor and I had more paperwork to turn in and I worked tirelessly to get the paperwork in. I got it in. There was no more overnight mailing. So I got it in on Tuesday. I don't know if the prosecutor, David Layton, had received the add-on to the paperwork. I see this prosecutor here has zero paperwork in front of him. So he didn't even get the first paperwork or all of it was sent in. I don't know, Mr. Prosecutor, did you receive any paperwork?
I think they do everything they have a system called Carpel where they do everything digitally. So if he does have a digital file with your paperwork in it, probably
It looked like this.
I believe, Attorney Young.
Your Honor, I'm unaware of anything that was given to our office. My understanding is that Attorney Hilliker provided all the discovery that we gave to him to Mr. Sigsby. And from there, he has everything that we have at this time. We did provide Attorney Hilliker the body cam of Officer Isaiah Voorhees, and that is all I have in regards to body worn camera at this time.
But
Yeah, I want to be respectful.
thank you.
So what I said in the last PCC, seeing as how we don't have a Fifth Amendment indictment here, we're going through this process. I feel it's very constitutional not to have an indictment. There was supposed to be body cameras from the other officers, roughly between 9 and 12. I could hardly count how many police were there because of what has happened on the side of the road. It would exonerate me if I had different views of the behavior and the actions of the arresting officer in this civil infraction.
All right, so
The fruit of the poisonous tree has been definitely happened.
Your Honor, if I may, I'm obviously not an expert on the facts of this case as I'm just covering today, but my understanding is that the body cam of the arresting officer was provided, being Isaiah Voorhees.
If I may,
Okay, well, hold on, let me ask a question. So on that one body camera of the arresting officer, do you have that, Mr. Skibby?
I do.
Okay,
and
so
what-
you have the one, it's just the other ones that you.
Right.
want. Okay.
Exactly, because what the deputy did is he concealed he put his body camera on this side of me and blocked it while he reached into my bag and into my pockets. I was cuffed. And he reached in the pocket. I looked down and seen him pull out my Native American herb. And then he stuffed it back in my pocket, but I thought he took it with everything else and threw it into the vehicle. So that right there would exonerate me that I did not bring nothing into the jails. He did.
no malice nor.
Okay,
attorney.
nope. Mr. Renfro, you don't have any standing to talk, so I'm gonna let you stand there, but that is all I'm gonna let you do. You can't say any words today.
I am appearing next, Fred.
You are not, because that is not permitted by the Michigan court rules. You can stand there, like I said, I'll let you do, but if you keep talking, I'm gonna make you sit down, and then if you don't follow those rules, I'm gonna have those nice gentlemen back there escort you out of the room,
Thank you.
okay? So, remember, my rules, my court, it's just how it works. Okay.
Objection. I'd like to have an objection.
Sure.
The definition of court here is the person in suit of the sovereign, the place where the sovereign sojourns with his regal retinue. This is my retinue. Black Law's Dictionary is cognizable by the Congress.
All right, this is the 67th District Court. I'm the judge of the 67th District Court, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. Okay, so whatever that objection is, it's overruled. Okay, let's get back to the issue at hand, though. The issue at hand is that Mr. Sigsby would like some additional body camera footage. Attorney Young, I know that you weren't here last time on this case, right? It was a different, I think it was Attorney Farmer, I think.
I believe so, Your Honor.
All right.
It's either him or Attorney Bocarakis.
So here is what I'm going to say today, what I'm going to order today is I do think that it is relevant, and I think that it is pertinent if there are other body cameras available of officers that were there on scene, then I do believe those need to be turned over to Mr. Sigsby because I do find them to be relevant. And I think that it's not unreasonable to want those things prior to the preliminary examination. So I am going to order that those be turned over. I'm also going to state, though, that the discovery is what the discovery is. And so sometimes there are situations where people think there is additional discovery that does not exist. So if there is 5 body cameras, then there's 5 body cameras. And if that's what the prosecutor's office says that that's all they have, then that's all they have. So we're gonna order that everything the prosecutor's office has needs to be turned over. If there are additional body camera, they need to get that and they need to turn that over. But we're not gonna continue to have a conversation over and over again about discovery that needs to be, or that discovery that Mr. Sigsby you think might exist that doesn't exist. So when we come back next time, I'm going to expect the prosecutor's office to turn over everything they have. And then we will move on to the preliminary examination phase because we got to start moving this case along at some point.
So Michigan.
Hold on one second. Attorney Young, how long do you think it will take your office to get that additional information for Mr. Sigsby?
Seeing that this is the Genesee County Sheriff's Office, I should be able to get it relatively quickly. However, the videos would need to be reviewed prior to release. I'm thinking 2 weeks would be more than enough time. I could probably do it if I'm lucky by the end of this week, really, to get them. So I'll leave it to the court and I'll get it done. But I'd say either a week or 2.
Right.
Mr.
Mr. Sigsby?
So the problem I have is, a couple of them, is one, Michigan State Constitution says I get to confer with the prosecuting office. I'd like to do that.
Sure.
And then another thing is on a scene such as that one, you'd think every one of these cops would have, police officers would have their body cameras running. So if he wants to look at them ahead of time and said there is none, no evidence, I'd say that was conspiracy against my rights at that time under the United States Code 18 U.S.C. 41.
But we're not even there yet.
I get it.
You know what
I
mean?
get it.
So-
But okay, the video I got, there's a chunk in there where He says if this man would have been by himself, I would have, and it went blank. You can see the lips moving, but you can't hear nothing. So the editing process is taking away exculpatory evidence.
Let's fill in the blanks. What do you think the officer said?
Those are things, so
If he
Those
threatened
are the
me with
things-
death,
those are the things, whatever happened, those are the things that get brought up in front of the jury. You can bring them up in front of your preliminary examination as well, but they get brought up in front of the jury to show weight of evidence. If you're claiming there's evidence that's missing and things like that, those things absolutely can be brought up. It's just that we're not going to prevent having a preliminary examination by saying that you think that there's evidence out there that they're saying that they don't have. Do you see what I'm saying? So once they say, this is all we have, these are all the cameras, then we are going to have the preliminary examination. That's all I'm saying. So we're going to give you time to do that though, and give you time to talk to the prosecutor's office
Sure.
once you have that information. All right. So having said that, let's pick a date for the next court date. I think Attorney Young, you're right. I think to get the information to Mr. Sigsby and then give Mr. Sigsby and the prosecutor's office, everybody time to review everything and then give the parties time to talk if they want to. I think that setting this for one more probable cause conference, I will find good cause to do so. I do think that's a good idea. And I'm looking at September 4th. Does that sound like a good day to everyone?
well, I'd like to get 21 days so I could send the prosecutor a proper notice of non-response.
That is appropriate.
Oh, you got good math.
Do you want, I can give you a little bit, we can put it on the 11th.
Well,
if you want. Give you a
I
little
would
bit.
like it on the 11th. The reason being because I'm going to send a bill of particulars. If this county does not recognize Fifth Amendment indictment, then they're going to have the bill of particulars because without that, the substantive due process has been violated on its face. There is no indictment on this felony charges, and it is the fruit of the poisonous tree. So I'm concerned that the Constitution of the United States is not being followed on its
A bill of particulars. You think he got paid? You think the county paid him?
face by all
Yeah.
parties.
Here's
It's a
what-
point of order.
So
Point of order is a real, what, I got to get it out of the law book again?
I've looked at Mr. Sigsby, I've looked at everything that you filed. In fact, not only have I looked at it, seriously, but a lot of what you filed is not relevant nor pertinent nor accurate law in any way. And a lot of it too, it's not filed properly in the sense of this. You have to file it as a motion. So if you do have a motion, we'll hear your motion at the next court hearing, okay? But it has to be filed as a motion. For example, some of these things like judicial notice of adjudicative facts, notice and demand to cease and desist inland piracy.
I'm not an attorney.
Hold on. I'll let you say it when I'm done. It's nonsense. It's nonsense and I'm not gonna address it. Notice of document filing, things, affidavit of truth. One thing I did want to point out to you, you filed your birth certificate in this file. This is a public file. So people could go and get a copy of your birth certificate because it's right here in this paperwork. I would have not done that. I'm not giving you legal advice in any way, but that just doesn't seem like that's a good idea. I just wanted to point that out to you because when I saw that, I thought, that's not. I also have this appearance of next friend and these things they're just not.
They're
They're
Supreme
not-
Court.
Hold on, stop. I'm gonna let you say those things in just a second. They're not permitted under the Michigan court rules. There's no statute that permits things like this to be filed, and frankly, they're just not going to be. I'm not going to spend a lot of time addressing them because they're not relevant to these hearings in any way. I just wanted to let you know that.
All right, I object on the record, to be reserved on the record to correct the record. The Supremacy Clause of the United States does bind you to all of this. Article 6, Clause 2, you're in breach of that clause for saying Michigan does not recognize these. You guys are foreign citizens. Title 28, 22, United States Code, Foreign Relationship and Intercourse. Chapter 11 identifies all public officials as foreign agents. Federal Rules of Civil Procedures 4J states that all courts, jurisdictions, and immunities fall under foreign state. 22 CFR 92.12-13 foreign relationships state an oath is required to take office. The 11th Amendment, foreign citizens cannot invoke the judicial powers of the state. 28 USC 3002-15-8 defines the United States means a federal corporation. Michigan is a franchise, and so is this subdivision is a franchise of federal corporations. Corporations have no parity with the tangible. And Howard versus Dolan's administration. Governmental actors are foreclosed from creating and attaining parity with the tangible. These are res judicata, Supreme Court laws of the land. Now, I'd say that was treason on its face. The judge has just committed.
Yeah.
Well,
I've been accused.
I'm a living man.
Stop. I'm talking now. I've been accused of committing treason before, not committing treason. Everything you just said is nonsense and it is not applicable in this court. We're going to leave it at that. We have a court date now set for September 11th, 2025 at 11 o'clock a.m. That will be a probable cause conference. We will be, hold on, let me see where we'll be. We will be back here in Burton on that day. So we'll be here in Burton for probable cause conference. Any motions that anyone wants to file, try to get filed by that time, though I'm not doing motion cutoff or anything of that nature, but it'd be a good time for us to discuss those things. We're not going to discuss any of this again because I have addressed it and found it to be irrelevant to this criminal case today. And anything else from anybody?
I do.
Yes, Your Honor, just briefly. As is our typical office policy with pro per defendants, I will, once I have the body cam for Mr. Sigsby, I'll have it on a flash drive and I'll hand deliver it to him in court at the next court date. It seems to be the best way to give that discovery. Unless there's another idea.
You heard that though, right? At the next court date, he's going to hand deliver a flash drive to Mr. Sigsby.
Can he pick it up at like a clerk's office or something like that?
I don't see why not.
The problem is that we're gonna adjourn it out almost a month. And
Yeah, I don't see why
we're gonna
not.
Adjourn it again for him to review it, so I don't like that idea.
And I guess I just don't know how I would, well, I think Mr. Hilliker gave us his address. I don't know how I would be able to contact.
Mr. Sigby, what's your opinion on that?
Well, yeah, I don't want no improper service here, Michigan. Michigan,
Let's.
If there's
see
gonna
what
be an
we're on
issue
at.
with
How do you
service.
want it? How do you want it provided to you?
I will meet up with him at a conference. I'd like to have a conference with the prosecutor.
Well, you're
Well,
gonna.
it says so. It
Schedule
says so in
that.
Michigan State Constitution. Let me pull up paperwork.
No.
I just-
No, stop. All we're talking about, I'm not talking about conferences right now. I'm just talking about getting discovery to people. So if the prosecutor's office, you know what? No, we'll do it this way. It's the only other thing we can do is I'm going to move the PCC. We're gonna have a PCC on August 28th, 2025 at 11 o'clock a.m. That will be to exchange discovery. Okay. So that way we can do it here in the courtroom. There won't be any questions about it. I don't want to put any staff member in a precarious position being accused of things that not delivering things or something along those lines. I don't want to put anybody in that position. So we'll just come back here on August 28th, 2025, 11 o'clock a.m. We'll have a very brief probable cause conference, and that will only be to exchange discovery. If there are any other issues in regards to discovery, we can talk about them too, and then we'll also have another PCC on the 11th. That will give you opportunity.
That answered my next question. That did answer my next question.
Okay.
Okay, because I
Okay.
just want opportunity, and I do object to the prosecutor using the pro se. I'm not pro se, I'm sui juris.
Sure.
Thank you.
However you want to say, representing yourself, sui juris, pro se,
Myself,
I'm not Civil
Civil War II, so I'm not a civil dead.
presenting
child
myself,
bastards.
all those things. They all mean the same thing. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, thanks.
All right, Mr. Sigsby, you're up. 25T01947FY, people of the state of Michigan versus Robert Wayne Sigsby. And Attorney Bagrakis, would you like to place your appearance on the record?
Kimball Gracchus on behalf of the people.
And Mr. Sigsby, can you state your name, please?
My name's Robert Sigsby.
Okay. All right, we are here today on this matter. We're back on an adjourned PCC. We've had a couple of PCCs at this point. The reason for the adjournment today was to ensure we were going to check on the exchanging of discovery. We were here on August 14th, and Mr. Sigsby has stated that he still needed some discovery. He wanted body cameras of all police officers present at the time of his arrest. And I did order any available body cameras to be turned over to Mr. Sigsby. So we have a probable cause conference on September 11th as well, because I wanted to give Mr. Sigsby an opportunity to, file any valid motions that he may want to file prior to exam after receiving all of his discovery. But we set today to make sure that there weren't any issues in regards to discovery. So, having said that, Attorney Bagrakis, what information do you have for me?
Well, I know my recollection was that initially all the body cam videos were sent to Mr. Hilliker, and I believe he provided them. He indicated that he had provided them to Mr. Sigsby via a thumb drive. My recollection was also I see we have some cruiser cams, which I had directed my paralegal to send to Mr. Sigsby because, of course, as the court remembers, Mr. Hilliker was removed from representation. So now we have to deal with directly to Mr. Sigsby. And there are, to my knowledge, I don't see nor have any other body cams that are available. I don't. So we've given or will be able to provide him what we already have.
Well, part of the issue, Attorney Bagrakis, was that why I set today's hearing was last time we were here, I believe Attorney Young was here for the prosecutor's office, and there was some, I don't know what I would call it, back and forth maybe about how discovery was going to be exchanged and where Mr. Sigsby could pick that up. And so I wanted to make sure that any outstanding discovery was handed to him today in court so that he, or not he, but so that we wouldn't have any questions about where discovery is, whether or not it was exchanged. So
okay. Now that I am looking at Mr. Young's notes to that effect, and obviously not being in court, we can't provide it to him via hand delivery. So
well, and this is the problem. This is the problem we run into when I don't have an assigned prosecutor. Because that information probably wasn't relayed to you for today.
Well, with all due respect, we've tried to provide as best coverage as we can given the circumstances, but
so what's your plan to get that to Mr. Sigsby? I guess that's
what do you want? I mean, are you asking us or ordering us to give it to him directly?
That was my order last time in court.
She already ordered that, you doof.
I ordered it last time in court. Yes.
Okay, but obviously, if it was today's date to give it to him in court, we all knew that we weren't going to be in court today, even if I had it in my hands. Right?
Well, no, actually, no, though. Wait, because last time Attorney Young was here in person, we were all in person. And so we had this kind of long conversation about how a discovery was going to be exchanged. And I said, you know what? I'm going to order any outstanding discovery be provided to Mr. Sigsbee, and I'm going to order that it be handed to him in court on August 28th, 2025 at 11 o'clock a.m. That was my order. And I did that in the hopes that it would ease the process a bit, but it hasn't. So hold on just a second, Attorney McGrath, because Mr. Sigsbee, what did you want to say?
And this is why I played the recap from a couple weeks ago right away, so you guys could see. We all heard it. She was very, very clear that it was to be put on a flash drive and handed to him at 11 a.m. today.
I understand what the court said, but then you were requiring us to come out to court to hand over some
Yes.
this discovery. That
Yes,
all right? Well,
that was my order. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That was my order.
that's fine,
Attorney
Judge.
McGrath, just
I-
hold on just a second. Hold on. I need to let Mr. Sigsbee speak. So hold on just a second. Mr. Sigsbee, go ahead.
It's critical, because of the angle that the police officer, I watched him pull the sack out of my pocket, my personal Native American herb, and then he shoved it back in and took me to jail with it. I watched this. My friend watched it. He got video of it. I'd like to see the other 10 cops that came there with their guns out.
But the issue is just getting that stuff.
I can
So
meet.
you
I want
send it
to
me.
confer with the prosecutor. I got a right to do that. So I was wanting to meet with the prosecutor.
I'm not. There's nothing really to confer about, sir. I would
It's my
recommend
constitutional right,
against.
Michigan State Constitution.
I would recommend against that, and I will, Judge. I will do what I can if the court will indulge us another adjournment. I will make sure that I at least look into the other, making sure that we have whatever copies of either cruiser cam or body cam we have available, that we will get it copied. And if the court tells me to show up at a certain place and time, I will be there, or I will have a representative there to hand deliver it to Mr. Sigsbee.
So Mr. Sigsbee, if the remaining videos were put on a flash drive, you can use that.
I can use that.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to order today. And I made an order last time and it wasn't followed, but Attorney McGrath, I know that you, hold on, I know that you will ensure that my order is followed. And I know sometimes it's hard for the younger attorneys, the newer attorneys to relay that information for whatever reason, but it was an order that I made. I thought I was very clear about it. But I know that if I tell you, I know that it will get done. So I'm glad that you're here today. So what I'm going to order today is that the prosecutor's office is to put any outstanding discovery on a flash drive and have that available for Mr. Sigsbee to pick up at. Where would he go if he were to come to the prosecutor's office to pick that up? Where would he go?
Well, he could come to our office and make contact down here at district court and make contact with my people, and they will let me know that he is here, and we'll make sure that it gets delivered to him, unless you want him to appear in court sometime and we're down there. And
what I'm going to say is I'm gonna pick a day and a time that he can be there, and that way someone from the prosecutor's office can just walk out with flash drive and hand it to him, and that's that. I don't want to have to set another PCC. We already have the September 11th date. So what I'm going to say is that let's see, Mr. Sigsbee, if we said Wednesday the 3rd at some time, will you be able to be at district court to pick that up?
I do believe at this time I can.
Okay.
Judge, can you again? I apologize. With the holiday and everything, can we do it the following week? Or later in the week. I mean,
we can do later that week. We can do later that week. So we'll do Friday the 5th. Okay, so Friday the 5th, are you available on that day, Mr.
I
Sigsby?
will.
All right. So Friday, September 5th, 2025 at, Mr. Sigsby, you give me a time.
No, I like 11.
11. At 11 o'clock a.m., Mr. Sigsby will be at the district court, at the prosecutor's office to pick up the flash drive, which will have any outstanding discovery on it. It sounded like maybe there are a couple of dash cams. We already had this conversation as well. I know, Mr. Sigsby, you say that there are, I'm not saying I disbelieve you, I'm just saying what you say is that there should be multiple body cams. Prosecutor's office has what they have. If you believe they have insufficient evidence, then that's something that you bring up at trial. But we're gonna go ahead with the preliminary exam with what they say they have. And you can address that you think that there's some things missing or not, but we're not gonna be able to not move forward because of that issue, okay? So go ahead. What did you want to say?
It's kind of crunchy amount of time to watch the videos. But I mean, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So there was like 3 jurisdictions there, plus the sergeant was there. So he was close. You would think the sergeant of the sheriff's department would have his body camera on. And then there was at least 2 Burton cars. I do believe there was around 4 Burton police there. And I mean, if they're running out here, it looked like I robbed a bank is what it looked like. And there's that many people with their police, with their guns. And I couldn't understand this over a traffic stop, a civil infraction. The seatbelt is not an arrestable offense. He had no reason to ask me my ID. So Colder versus Lawson says I don't have to produce an ID.
All right, we're not getting into those
Okay,
things, but I do want you to relay that information of the people that you thought were there, so that Attorney McGregor.
Yes, and the Flint Township was there also.
Okay.
Not wearing your seatbelt may not be an arrestable offense, but obstruction is. And if an officer gives you a lawful order to produce your ID, you have to produce your ID. Just like if they give you a lawful order to step out of the vehicle, Pim versus Mim says you gotta get out. So, yeah, or Penn versus Mim, my bad.
So one of these people should have the angle of the police taking it out and putting it back in my pocket. That's suspicious of a crime in my mind for any cop to lay you out like that. It's that big of a bag. How could you not find it in a pat down?
Okay, and so last thing is the probable cause conference that we set to actually move the case forward was for September 11th, 2025, 11 o'clock a.m. We can leave it on that date, or we can put it a week after that on the 18th if you think you'll need more time, Mr. Sigsby. It does not.
Time is precious. I'd like to have more time. It would be nice for me.
Okay. Attorney McGregor, are you opposed to putting the next PCC on September 18th?
I am not opposed to that.
All right, good. Okay, so then we will.
Judge, may I inquire just one thing? Did Mr. Hilliker, did Mr. Sigsby receive from Mr. Hilliker the discovery that we already sent to him?
Yes, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And there was a flaw in it. And I remember
Well, I don't know. I'm not getting into a discussion about what there is or isn't. What I want to know is, did you receive it from Mr. Hilliker so
Yes,
we don't
I
have
did.
to duplicate efforts?
Right. We don't need to duplicate the arresting officer's body cam because
Okay.
it's worthless the way he leaned on me that
Okay,
day.
okay.
Well-
we don't need that right now, but you do have, I remember we talked about that. You do have that discovery.
Yes, I do. For all
Okay.
parties.
Okay, so one more time. This is what my notes state. This is what we're doing. We're going to put any outstanding discovery on a flash drive, and that will be available for pickup by Mr. Sigsby at District Court on September 5th, Friday, September 5th, 2025 at 11 o'clock a.m. That is an order of the court that needs to be done. Probable cause conference will be moved to, and I will find good cause for that because of these discovery issues. Probable cause conference will be moved to September 18th, 2025, 11 o'clock a.m.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
I never.
All right, thank you. All right, and then that's all of our PCCs today. I believe Attorney McGregor, do you agree?
Yes, I believe we've taken care of all of them, Judge.
All right, very good, and have a good day.
Have a great weekend.
Yes, you too.
All right.
We can write you out a notice if you want one.
Yeah, something on paper, cause I got enough things going on in my own life. You know how that goes.
I understand. I understand. All right, very good. We'll see you on the
Get
18th.
this from her right now.
Get it from clerk's office. So.
Clerk's office.
Yep.
In a few minutes. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Oh, yeah. No. Another one that, yeah.
Well, that was fun. Yeah, so we're guaranteed to have more of him. Thanks to the prosecution's office. Yeah. They really bungled that one. It was a very, very clear directive. Put it on a thumb drive. Physically hand it to him. That was the whole order. Because she didn't want to put the clerks or the court staff or the prosecution's office staff in any danger of him making claims that they're violating the Constitution and committing judicial misconduct and obstructing his abilities and all of his treasonous claims, things like that. So she very specifically said for that reason that it was to be hand delivered to him. And the prosecutor's just like, well, I'm not there, so big deal. Oh, thank you, Buzzy Pug. I love you. Well, Manuel, you got to type the full name. And it's not going to show you that it's highlighted. It shows the other person it's highlighted. And it's got to be exactly as their name is typed. I know on my phone, when I start typing the name, it doesn't auto-populate. And I think that's what you're going for, is for it to auto-populate. It only does it on my laptop or computer. So it might be that it's an Android system issue. Yeah, that's when it auto-populates the name. But it doesn't do that on tablets. It only does it on actual PCs and laptops. Whoever told you wrong. I'm sorry. They got their information from the interwebs, maybe. Yeah. But again, if it's an Android operating system or an iPhone operating system, it's not going to do it. iOS. You spent all this time trying to fix your tablet to work, and now you got to go fix your laptop to work. Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, just where soft sits get their info from. Maybe we should look it up in Black's Law Dictionary. See what Black's Law Dictionary says about it. All right, guys, I got to make it to the post office. So, thank you so much. I just wanted to stream that. I just had to. I had to do the update. I guess he's the new FTC. We're following him. We've got to. He's entertaining. They all are in their own right. Love you. Love you, Buzzy Pug. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so. I'm doing a little bit better today than I was this whole last week. I paid my neighbor to do my lawn because there was no way I couldn't do it. And it had been a couple weeks, so it was getting pretty shaggy. But I could barely walk up the ramp from hooking Ava up, so I needed it done, and I couldn't do it myself. So I hired the neighbor, gave her $20 when she was out doing hers, and she did it for me. So I'm super grateful for that. And yeah, I'm just slowly trying to recover. I'm just trying to recover. That's all. Well, at least one man did. No, it's not. It's not preferred, especially since that's how you get lots of mosquitoes. I don't really like mosquitoes. Oh my. I'm getting wild now. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. Be safe, be well, stay sweet, and much love.